Hey, hi, hello, how are you? Welcome back to the channel. My name's Mark. How you getting on today? Of course it's raining. How wouldn't it be? Welcome back to episode 6. It's finally stopped raining. I've been busy and I've been grabbing ice. Hopefully we can get most, if not all of this done. Don't actually know what today involves. Hopefully it'll be a good episode. I completely forgot that last time I hadn't done all around this side, and then I misplaced this block, and now there's fish there. Let me finish off the outside of this, then we'll get back to talking. Alright, there we go. Much better now. I had to work out what I'm gonna do over here. I'm thinking that maybe in here, the bottom of this will be slightly icy, and then it'll just go into the stone. But then again, if all this is stone, I don't really know. The start of this episode is just kind of theory crafting. I know what I want to do, I just don't know how I want to make it look. How the devil have you guys been getting on? Now, I know my schedule is still kind of all over the place. I do definitely apologize for that, but things just keep getting in the way. Some days are better than others. Some days I want to turn on the camera and I'm really happy and everything's great. Other days, it kind of does get to me that I can't see my friends and my family, and trying to actually form any kind of plan or do anything that sounds remotely enjoyable is just a pain in the teeth, because you can't really do it legally, and then, well, I don't want to get fined. I don't exactly want to get arrested. Don't want to do any of that, but, you know, we're all in the same boat, so where's the use in complaining? Might as well at least try and make some kind of coherent, entertaining content. I say that as my whole intention today is just place thousands of ice blocks. So, I mean, you know, you take the good with the bad, and sometimes I can be believed, sometimes I'm a big fat liar. To take just a very quick break from placing all the ice, I have this comment here, and this comment here, and they were both completely right. I was wondering when you would start showing up. I was very surprised. Shut up, phone. I was very surprised that down here seemed to be safe, but, well, it wasn't. So, yeah, there you go. Are they spawning down there yet? No. Amazing. So, in here, I've buggered that up. I don't know how I've done it. I'm gonna be completely honest. I have absolutely no idea how you guys managed to spot it, but yeah, well done. Maybe it was just really obvious. That's just not even the block I want. Maybe it was just really obvious, and actually I shouldn't be as impressed as I am about you guys finding it. And realistically, I should just be a lot more disappointed that not more people saw it. How have I done that then? This is such a faff. Why do I use such stupid blocks? This episode has literally started with me placing ice, and that... and now me trying to I've taken that one down. I'm gonna scream. I wasn't even gonna record this bit. I assumed nothing would happen. I was just gonna literally show you that I'd fixed it, because I thought I already had. Apparently I've just not. There we go. It's finally fixed. I'm gonna just end up ripping down the wall if I'm not careful here. Oh, and I'm gonna scream and I'm gonna cry. Great. There you go. The wall's fixed. I hope it was worth mentioning after all the pain and suffering you've just put me through. So realistically, this is what this whole place will look like. I would like the sporadic blue ice. I would like just the regular ice, as long as it doesn't melt. And then that'll just cover the whole area. Then we'll need to get some snow blocks. We want an igloo. We want a snowman. That's gonna be just the best looking glacier you've ever seen. What's the difference between a glacier and an iceberg? Does an iceberg just float and a glacier just kind of barrels through mountains? Anyway, not important. In case you were wondering, I am feeling slightly better. I'm still not great. I'm definitely not 100%, and I really hope it doesn't come across, but right now, recording is still very tough. That's gonna look really, really cool. And we just need to work out what kind of build is gonna go here, and that will, I think, look really, really good. I really want to just off camera, just fill in all this bottom bit, and then just have it done. But realistically, that's gonna take a very long time, and I've not got that much time to record today. I'm gonna try it and go for a walk. I'm gonna try and keep exercising and try and keep healthy. But it gets dark at like 4 o'clock here, and it's currently, what time is it? It's 2 o'clock. I have like 2 hours worth of light left, and that ain't fun. Anyway, that is completely and utterly pointless minutia. I really hope you enjoyed. I'm not really sure if it comes across. I'm feeling very strange today. Let's have just a chat. I feel kind of strange today, and I don't know what it is. Recording isn't coming as naturally today as it sometimes does, and I think that might just be common for a lot of people. I'm sure no matter how long you've been recording for, or if you do it every day, if you're a streamer, you just record videos on the side, I'm sure everybody has their off days. I wouldn't say today is an off day. I don't know what today is. I'll be completely honest. And yes, I am absolutely using you guys as a rant. Feel free to join me in the comment section. If you need to get anything off your chest, or you're feeling just particularly bad or down today, let's hash it out together. I'm not sure what it is. I'm just not feeling like myself today. And it's not great. And it's really annoying, and it's honestly draining just being sad, because I don't want to be. I say that as if like that's some kind of noble thing, and it's not that I don't want to be. I don't think anyone wants to be sad. I just think I'm getting, in PG terms, I'm getting my butt kicked by this lockdown stuff. The rules keep chopping and changing, things keep happening, and just as soon as I start getting comfortable with one thing, another thing changes. Hopefully in the future we will look back at these videos and we'll think, wow, what a terrible time that was, but look how good everything is now. And that is the way that I'm trying to think about it, and that's the way that I'm trying trying to do things and just keep my head up. But some days just suck. And I think this is one of them, but for no particular reason. It's just not a good day. But it is also absolutely no use to anybody if I'm just sitting there wallowing in self-pity. So I'm gonna throw the camera on. We're gonna play some ice together. We're gonna try and build this cool looking ice biome. And we're just gonna pretend that everything is great in the world for 10 minutes. With that being said, I'm gonna bed. Alright, I think that's enough being sad for one episode. If anyone is still here after all that, then welcome. Look at all the ice I've put in. This blue is a really satisfying blue. I really like this colorway. It's actually class. Where do you think you're going? So, from just eyeballing it, I think a torch needs to be 2 blocks away. So here, I think that counts as like 1, 2, and then it's there. I don't know if light travel... Does light travel diagonally? I'm not too sure. Just eyeballing it. Why have I got 2 torches here? I think it's 2 blocks away. And I think that I've got everything spaced out enough where hopefully nothing will spawn, but hopefully none of my ice will melt. Time will definitely tell on both of those, but also, just because I'm actually far too lazy to check for myself, if you know the actual, what, I don't know, like melting rate? Melting point? Melting, whatever. If you know how ice actually works, please do let me know, because if it doesn't actually matter where I've put the torches, where have you come from? And the ice will actually just melt on its own anyway, because it's not actually in a cold or like ice biome, then I might as well just put in the packed ice. You know what I mean? It doesn't create that huge of a lovely aesthetic. I just think it creates a nice little differentiation between it. So, you know, any help would be appreciated. With that being said, if anyone knows how and why these guys spawn so much, that would also be kind of great, because we have these guys here, and we obviously have had one over here. There's all these llamas up here. There's the ones down in the temple. Like, look at this. I can open up a petting zoo. Why will they not leave me alone? If you ask me, that's looking pretty cool. I think the color fits in really well with the sand and the grass. And once we have a couple of builds on here, that'll have the white of the snow. There'll be the higher actual spikes. Something will be over here. There'll be a pathway going up there, maybe like down around the side, something. I don't really know what else I'm gonna have, but I really like the way that this looks. I've been trying to cut out as much as I can of actually the placing. I know there's been a lot of talking and there's been a lot of ranting, and I'm really not trying to have that be like a staple of my content. I don't want you coming into my videos going, oh, I wonder what he's gonna moan about today. That ain't what I want to be, and what I want this channel to be about. That's why I want you to come here for the content. But I also don't want to have to pretend that everything's okay when things aren't okay. I do like to think that we could have some kind of back and forth and some kind of honest conversations about how we're doing. But then if we can't, honestly, fair enough. You ain't coming here to be my therapist. But how does that look? Does that look too basic? Maybe, maybe not. That's kind of what I was thinking. If we have these spaced out sporadically, they will look like the spikes kind of coming out of the ground over there on a smaller scale. Then I'm thinking, where would we see it most? Probably here. We would have the snowman, and then maybe on this bit here, we would have the igloo. However, and yeah, it's a fairly big however, I did have another idea. So what if this was just a shell of an iceberg? So we replace all these, I don't know, facial pieces. What word am I trying to say there? What do I mean by that? It doesn't really matter. If we replace all the ones that you can see with ice, and we have like, I don't know, a doorway here, or something, or some kind of hidden doorway. Inside there could be all some kind of decorated hidden room, which then leads down and then connects up with there. But then I do worry that this area will be a little bit bland, because then the, air quotes, big build will just be a natural looking iceberg. Because alternatively, in the same breath, if we did a huge snowman, like I'm talking a actual huge kind of like spectacle kind of build of a snowman, realistically the entrance could be in that, which would fit the theme more of having it inside the temple or inside the head. So I've got quite a few ideas in my head. I don't really know which one will work the best. They all kind of have their merits. I do like the idea of having something hidden in here, and then just the big build could be the snowman, and it could just be a big build. It doesn't need to be the entrance, because then instead of having it down here, we could pull it back to this area here or up here, and it could actually work out really well. Down here, all we would need to have is some kind of ice pile down here. That melt, yes. Okay, this is the balancing act I was talking about, but okay, that's fine. That should be okay. And then, that's the wrong block. Then we just do something like that. We just have this place looking slightly textured. We could even, when it does come round to it, put a path on here. So very much like we have over here, and we just have the sporadic different blocks in the ground. It doesn't take away from the natural landscape, but there is an actual coherent way up to the temple. We could have that here. We could have another little bridge here. How have I missed that jump then? And then have another bridge maybe here. Then we have the walkways connecting and it just leads you over here. Maybe around the snowman into the mountain here. So this is what I was talking about theory crafting. I kind of know what I want to do. I know the general areas of where I want to do it. It's just actually doing it and trying to work out if it will look good is where my main issue comes in. Because 9 times out of 10, I'm completely winging it. Not that you could tell. I'm an expert builder and I definitely look like I know what I'm doing. Is that where I wanted that? Yeah, I think that's where I wanted that. Yeah, that'll do. Can you go away? Oh, yes it is. Good lad. You can stay alive. I want the area to look real and look actually textured. If I break this, will water come out of it? Yes. Will that destroy all the torches in the area? Of course it will. That's just... That ain't good, is it? How do I fix this then? Okay, so was that what that looked like? I don't think it was, but I'm not against it looking like. How have I fallen in the water again? My shoes are gonna be so wet. Okay, that's fine. That's totally okay. I accept. And we just add a little bit of texture to the place. There's only so much you can actually do with ice. How is it gonna rain again? Third time this episode, I think. It might be the second. That might be pretty dramatic. There's only so much you can do with ice. Having the pillars, having the spires, having the way to actually cross over with a little bit of a walkway, turning this into an actual iceberg, having a snowman. I think that's a recipe for success. However, once again, if you do have any ideas, they could be terrible. Your terrible idea might flick the switch in my head and be like, yes, great idea. Then please tell me. Anything that'll look cool. Anything that might look bad. Anything cheesy that might look really stupid but could be charming. Look at this guy, for example. He looks very cheesy, but I would absolutely not change him for the world. I think he looks class now that he's been there for a while. Let me know what you've got in mind. You might just get a build named after you. In the continuation of today's completely random and I have absolutely no idea what I'm doing episode, I have filled all the rooms with the chests. Nothing is in them, but the rooms are now ready to go. So in case you were wondering what I'm doing, yeah, that's pretty much what I'm doing. All right. We have ourselves an iceberg. What I think I might have to do in time is possibly behind it. It's quite a big task, but I think behind it, we might need to turn into ice as well, just to give it that kind of actual believable feel that maybe this big iceberg here crashed into our dome here. That could work. That could make sense. I think I managed to fix over here. This waterfall got a little bit bigger just because water travels further on ice, but not too much bigger. It doesn't make that much of a difference. Over here looks really cool. I really like the whole aesthetic of this place. Ow. How big is this? Okay, yeah, we would have to... Goodness me. Yeah, so maybe if we like just cut it in half, have this front bit here be an iceberg, and then the back bit here can be pretty much whatever it wants it to be. But out here it looks kind of great. Oh, you know what? I need to go update it on the map, don't I? All right, give me a second and I'll be back. Now I've updated it, but something that I really didn't consider. It doesn't actually look as crazy and phenomenal as I thought it would because of how much is above it. Obviously the nature ring here cuts out a fair portion of it. It definitely looks better now that it's got the different colors on it. There is still a massive disproportionate amount of greenery, but you know, that can't really be helped. We just need to make something really big and crazy in this area here. I like that you can see where it goes up and down with the little ice spires. I think what I need to try and do is properly plan it so the snowman is somewhere in one of these gaps here. So at the very least, you'll be able to see the snow from above. That definitely might be easier said than done, but I think that's the best way to go about it. I don't know why I'm running away. I'm gonna have one last look at it. That does look a lot cooler. That looks much better. I am also completely and utterly not opposed to still having this made of something else. If we did, I don't know, like split off this diagonal here or something, have the jungle down here, the desert here, the ice, and something else. I have absolutely no idea what could be the something else, but just looking at that map, I think it is begging for one more biome, but I have no idea. If you have any suggestions, leave them in the comments, good or bad. Same thing as last time. Even the bad ones might give me some kind of inspiration, but y'all seem to know exactly what you're doing. That I think fits in really well. We just had the river coming up and out here. Now another building here, another biome. We could even then extend the jungle up this little bit here. I don't know. I am very open to ideas. If you have any, please let me know. So it is definitely time to wrap up this very strange episode. At the same time as I want to say that we've not got much done, all of this area got done. We've started kind of designing this. We've got the floor done, the icebergs done. We've messed around in the bottom of the temple. It's probably not been the best episode to watch. It's probably not been my best work ever, and I do apologize for that. If you hold me to a very high standard and a very high regard, or maybe you've shown off this video to someone else and gone, wow, look at what he's all about, and then they've come to this, you probably look a little bit foolish right about now. But, you know, I like to think that maybe sometimes we do just need to have these little bits of an episode where we just kind of chat, we do the monotonous stuff, we have a little bit of a therapy session, and everything works out for the better, and then everybody loves each other. That's the way I like to think about it. I could definitely be wrong, but I like to think that most times I'm right. It's an ego thing, but here we are. It is currently 1:10 in the morning. I'm hoping this video... Ow. I really need to get better at flying. I'm hoping this video will go up in about 11 hours time. If you're seeing this on the 14th, I made it. If it's anywhere past the 14th, well, then I can only but apologize for how terrible of a human being I am. I've fallen again. So that means I'm going to wrap up. If you have still managed to join today's episode, please feel free to leave a like. They don't cost a thing. They make me feel warm and fuzzy on the inside. I can see that you've liked the video, so it's a win-win-win. And really, what more could you ask for? You can also subscribe to the channel if you want. I'm not going to do my usual spiel. Today, I would like to think it's a bit off-brand. You can tell whoever you want. There's absolutely no pressure. I'm just going to bounce around. I'm going to fly around. We're going to make the ending a little bit more cinematic, and possibly the rest of the video has. I'm not going to be able to land this. I've fallen again. Thank goodness for feather falling. This outro is an absolute shambles. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm a mixture of tired and still being just in a strange mood. I don't know what I'm doing. Anyway, I hope you have enjoyed. I genuinely hope you have. And if you haven't, then, well, you know, I really hope that you can give me a second chance, because I do like to think that sometimes I put out better videos than this. So having said that, and with that being said, I hope you stay out of trouble. You don't do anything I wouldn't do, and I'll see yous laters.